Greeting Professor Hylin. So in this video, me and my friends would like to present to you about our final project, where we analyze the meaning behind these two powerful magazines cover. So the first one is from National Geographic, titled Last of Its Kind. So this cover shows us a deeply emotional between a man and the endangered rhinoceros. The second magazine is the premiere issue of Respect, a well-known hip-hop culture magazine. It shows a black and white portrait of a man who is well known as Tupac, present with strong lighting and a confident pose. So in today's video, we would like to explain to you what meaning are being made, how these meaning are created, how results are used, the social environment behind the message, and whose interests are involved. So let's begin with the first one, last of its kind. So what meanings are being made here? The main meaning in this cover is the idea of extinction. The rhino is shown as possibly the last one of its species, which create a strong feeling of loss and danger. It communicates that something precious is gonna disappearing forever. The cover also shows a meaning about human responsibility. The moment where the man gently touched the rhino shows a connection, care, and respect. So it suggests that humans are not separate from nature. Instead, we share a relationship with other living beings and we have a duty to protect them. So overall, the cover communicates loss, urgency, compassion, and the importance of protecting endangered species. The second question is, how is meaning being made? Meaning is created through both visual elements and language. For visual elements part, the man leans close to the rhino and raises his forehead against the animal head. So this body language is very gentle and intimate. The rhino calm expression also increases that emotion impact, making viewers feel sympathy and respect. For the language side, the headline, Last of Its Kind, is short, simple, but extremely powerful. It intimately makes the viewer think that final moment between or before extinction. It creates emotion such as fear, sadness, and also awareness. The subtitle, What We Lost When an Animal Goes Extinct, help clarify the message, and it makes viewers think that not only about rhino but also about how humans lost scientific knowledge, cultural value, and natural beauty when a species is disappeared. Together, the picture and the words work to create a clear and emotional message. So let's move on to the third question. What results have been drawn on? So this cover used several results to communicate its meaning. First of all, there are visual results, the touching scene between human and animals, the natural background, and the realistic, high-quality photograph. The second one, there are linguistic results, the emotional vocabulary, the dramatic headline, and the clear subtitle. The third one, the message also used scientific and cultural knowledge. Most readers already understand what extinction is and why endangered species needs protection. The cover used that knowledge to make the message even stronger and stronger. These results working together in order to make the message emotional, persuasive, and easy to understand. Let's move on to the fourth question. What social environment are the meaning being made in? So this cover was created in a global social environment where many animals are becoming endangered because of climate change, poaching, pollution, and habitat destruction. So in today, people are more aware of environmental problems than even before. Many organizations and communities are fighting to protecting wildlife. National Geographic is known as educating readers about nature and science. So the audience already cares about the environment and global issues. Because of this social environment, the message becomes stronger and even more meaningful. The cover also reflects society growing interest in conservation, protecting biodiversity, and understanding the impact humans have on nature. So now we already in the last question for the first topic. Whose interests and agency are at work? So this cover expresses the interests of many groups. Environmental organizations want to raise awareness about endangered animals. National Geographic want to educate and inspire its readers to think and act responsibly. The photographers and editors choose specific image and words to create emotional impact. And the audience also play a part because the message is designed to influence how we feel and how we behave toward our nature. So all of this group have different roles but could play a major role. But together, they shape the meaning we receive from the cover. In conclusion, it reflects our current social environment and encourage people to think more deeply about how our actions affect to our natural world. So this is all of last of its kind. So now let's move on to the second one, Tupac.
Let's continue to my part. I'm talking about the premier issue of Respect magazine, which focuses on hip-hop culture. On the cover, we see a strong central figure with the names of famous hip-hop artists around him, including Tupac Shakur. The overall message of the cover is about timelessness, authenticity, and cultural legacy. The bare chest, tattoos, and serious lighting make the figure look honest, real, and deep, showing that hip-hop is not just music, but an important cultural identity that deserves respect. Meaning is created through the visual design of the cover. First, the black and white color scheme gives the image classic and artistic look. It makes the figure feel like part of history, similar to how people view legendary artists like Tupac. Second, the strong dramatic lighting highlights details like tattoos and muscles. This represents strength, struggle, and truth. Third, the figure's body language matters. He is looking away from the camera, which creates a reflective, thoughtful mood. This indirect gaze makes us think about him instead of interacting with him, which adds to classic and almost memorial-like feeling. Finally, the figure is placed in the center of the cover. Text is arranged carefully around him, showing that image is the most important part. His hand behind his back creates a sense of mystery and vulnerability, which adds emotional depth. So, I'm going to talk about the cultural resource and social environment. The cover uses cultural reference strongly connected to hip-hop. At the bottom, we see names like Jay-Z, Eminem, DMX, and Tupac Shakur. These names remind us of hip-hop, long history, and major influences. The tattoos and styling also connect to hip-hop culture, especially themes like personal stories, resistance, and authenticity. In today's society, hip-hop is no longer underground. It is global and extremely influential. Many hip hop artists are now seen cultural icons, just like famous rock or jazz musicians. The title Respect reflects this idea. It suggests that hip hop deserves recognition and value. The culture background of the artists like Tupac, who was not just a rapper but also a poet and activist, affect how audience understand this cover. And the next is interest and agency. This cover benefits several groups. First, the magazine itself by using strong image and highlighting big names like Tupac Shakur. The magazine built credibility and presents itself as an authority in hip hop. Second, the photographer also shapes the meaning through the lighting, pose, and mood of the image. Finally, the artist mentioned on the cover, especially icons like Tupac, also benefit. Their cultural status is reinforced. So the cover is not just an image, it is a strategic design that strengthens hip-hop value and influence. So in short, this cover uses its visual design, text, and cultural symbols to show hip-hop as a powerful and timeless art form. It highlights the legacy of hip-hop icons and communicates that the culture deserves respect and recognition. So this is from me and my friend Nick. Thank you so much.